My memory card says I got 20 minutes. My battery says I got 57%, 56%. We'll just see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. But let me tell you, I just got thinking a bit, what do we do on this channel? What do we do? I made this to just be a channel I ramble about, or I ramble on. Stormin' Rambles On, hence the name. And I talk about things I'm into, but I don't talk about things that, they have meaning, because I like these things I'm into. I talk about the wrestling stuff on here. Whatever else I've talked about. Football, talked about on here. Like, I just still feel like we're missing something. Like I'm holding back because some of the things I want to talk about might be controversial. And I don't want to, for some reason, I don't want to be controversial. I don't want to have people arguing with me in the comments. Trust me, that's not going to get you nowhere. I have sworn off arguing with people on the internet, and I've done pretty good at staying that way. But I was watching a video earlier, this channel I like to watch. It's called I Can't Stand This Channel. And it's an older feller. It's an older feller on that channel, and he kind of just posts whatever. Like, the reason I found it was because I like stationary content. I make stationary content on my other channel. So obviously I like to watch stationary content, and he posted some, but that's not all he posts. He posts basically whatever he wants to post, which is the entire point of my Stormin' Norman Says channel when I first started it, was to post whatever I wanted to post. But anyway, that's what he does. It works for him. Like, I wish it worked for me that way, but it works out pretty good for him. And I was watching a video he did earlier where he was just driving on the road, going somewhere, smoking his pipe and talking. And that kind of inspired me. I was like, well, I don't. On the way home, this is a big old bowl on this pipe. I was like, what about on the way home? I smoke my pipe and we have a chat. And I chat about things that's on my mind. Things that are hot button topics. I don't think they're not hot button topics to me. They're more stupid to me. Like, that might be the name of this video. Why is everybody stupid? But anyway, we're going to do that. Let me light my pipe. We'll put her in drive. A little bit late for an intro, but what the hell. All right, need to get my phone out. That's what I need to do. I'm going to smoke my Missouri Meerschaum. I pulled this out of the closet yesterday. I've had this pipe for a long time. It's got a big old bowl on it. And we got her loaded down with some half and half. This is the first pouch of this I've ever bought, which I bought it months ago. But it's pretty good. Like, I was going to get Captain Black, but I was like, you know what? I've never had half and half, and that seems to be as popular as Captain Black. So let me try that. And I kind of like it. Let's put her in the wind. Let's talk about why people are stupid. Actually, I don't know why people are stupid, so I'm not going to tell you why people are stupid. I'm just going to call out the fact that they are. And you might be one of those people, and if you are, I'm sorry. We're all stupid to some degree. But you watch the news, and you just see stupid people. On both sides. Okay, let me get that out. Let me go out in front of this. Let me jump right out in front of it. People that are Republicans and people that are Democrats. are stupid. Not all of them, but you know, the ones that they show you on TV. And since my memory card tells me I don't have a lot of time, I'll try to keep it brief. You know, people think that if you voted for a person, that you are a follower of that person. And I don't know where this mindset came from. Like, I notice when I see posts on Facebook, which I don't follow a lot of people that talk politics, I try to avoid that. But I see, and they say MAGA followers or Trump followers. I don't even know how Trump followers can justify this. Like, if you voted for him, you must be a follower of him. I voted for him, given the two options we had. But I ain't no Trump follower. I ain't no follower of no politician. I'm a follower of liberty. But another problem is whenever you see Trump doing something, like you have to have a certain amount of common sense to look at the president you voted for and be like, hey, that ain't right. We shouldn't do that. That's treading on dangerous ground. That's, you know, flirting with the border of unconstitutional, whatever. And then the people that are diehards, like, you must be, you know, this and that and the other thing. Like he gets on there and he calls out Thomas Massey. And I'm like, I like Thomas Massey, and he's right. Like you said, you would release the Epstein files, you did not. And I'm like, why is it that when Biden was president, it was all, oh, we got to get them Epstein files released. But as soon as Trump said, you know, they're not a big deal, we don't need to release them, everybody's like, oh, well, he said it, so that must mean it's right. Right? It ain't. And then, let me hurry up because I know I'm running out of time here. I should have switched out my memory card. But I'm just going to talk, get it off my chest. If you don't like it, that's okay. I'm not trying to be rude. You know, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to put out what I see and what's on my mind. I see people, you know, protesting the dumbest crap. Like, have we lost? Like, at first, you got to get past the part where it makes you aggravated. Because that's what they want. They want it to aggravate you. But you're like, okay, somebody comes in our country illegally, we find them, we arrest them, we deport them back to where they came from. That seems like the most common sense thing on planet Earth. But you see people out there protesting, saying they shouldn't be doing this. That's 100% with it. What? So, whenever something like that happens, I think to myself, well, maybe there's a side of it I'm not understanding. But then you can't really go by what you hear on the news, because the news is just going to tell you what they want you to hear so that you will be mad at the people who hold a view that is not like yours. You feel me? You have to get over the part where you're like, there is no way people can be this stupid. And then look deeper at what it really is, which is people who have been trained, whose mind has been conditioned to believe a certain thing. So you got to keep that in mind, that we're all part of a game that's being played. I'm not trying to be conspiracy theory. Most conspiracy theory stuff is just dumb. I think it's dumb. But as a Christian, I do know that the devil is behind the scenes controlling the people that are controlling everything else. The government, corporations, stuff like that. I know the Bible tells me that. So I know that as far as a conspiracy theory is not super far-fetched. But do you ever just watch the news and just think, am I the smartest person in the world? Fire truck. Because sometimes I'm like seeing people do dumb stuff, like the lady that picked up the flashbang and messed up her hand, and the people that are getting killed for being stupid, and then everybody said, oh, they were such a hero fighting the good fight. They were being stupid. They were fighting a fight that don't need to be fought. You don't fight to keep criminals out of jail. Like, that's dumb. But you got to see past that. You think that's the obvious thing, but that's not the obvious thing. That's not the thing. It's not that these people are dumb, both right and left, because there's dumb people on the right too. Talking about, you know, if Trump says something, they're all for it regardless of how it lines up with the Constitution. Like, in their eyes, Trump surpasses the Constitution. Well, you can't have a gun at a protest. There's literally no law. You know, you can have a gun at a protest. It's called the Second Amendment. You're exercising the First Amendment. But so on and so forth, you know. You got to see past the part that aggravates you. You get it? And look a little bit deeper, because somebody's trying to control us. Somebody's trying to make you believe a certain way, and the amount of people that they've actually got to buy it's something else. It's something else. But anyway, I better get off here before my memory card makes me get off here. If y'all even care about this kind of content, like, this is the kind of content I didn't really want to make. I don't want to pick sides. I don't want to pit people against each other. I just want to talk about the things I'm seeing. I didn't really want to go into politics, but man, it's just been aggravating and been on my mind lately. So, I don't know, if you give a crap, let me know in the comments, and maybe we'll do this again sometime. But I'm Stormin' Norman. I have rambled on. Thank you very much.